Welcome to Shrad's Talks Books. I'm Shrad. I'm a bookworm. I read, review, share, and give unsolicited book recommendations to all my friends who may or may not be readers. I genuinely believe that the books are dangerous and they should come with a warning label that says, "This might change your world." This podcast is my way of taking those unsolicited book recommendations to a new level. I will talk about books that I read, things that are about books, book world, authors, new and old favorites, once a week. My views and opinions might not always resonate with the popular ones. Please join me in enjoying the return word. Hope we change the lives together. Alright, today we are going to be talking about a book series titled James Potter by a website designer turned author G. Norman Lippert. Now, I've always confessed that I'm a fiction fan. Fantasy has always been my favorite genre. And like anyone who was growing up in the early 2000s, Harry Potter was a big part of my life. When Deathly Hallows released in 2007, I remember manically rushing to Crossword to pick my copy and devouring it in one sitting, and then feeling really depressed that the series ended. I remember feeling like I was saying goodbye to my childhood friends, like we were moving on to separate paths of life, that we would be crossing each other again. This emotional bond that I generally develop with a series is usually why I shy away from fan fictions. It feels like I'm betraying an old friend by reading about his or her work, but not from their creator, but instead from some imposter. And frankly, 99% of the fan fiction doesn't even come close to how good the original story is. Fan fictions are usually some diluted version of the story or some misaligned, inappropriate picture of what the author thinks what could have been. All these scenarios are really bleak. So, when one of my friends came to me suggesting I should read a fan fiction for Harry Potter, I was more than apprehensive. In fact, I was sure that I would never read it. The story was being released on a website in form of a daily chapter, and I had no patience to do that. So my friend, who's an ever persistent bookworm, he created a single PDF file, by meticulously copying and saving all daily chapters from the website, and then he sent it to me. And for months together, that book was just there in, buried under my Median's ebook copies. It was by mere coincidence that I picked this one up, and before I knew it, I was nose deep into the story. I didn't even realize when my 1.5 hours car travel time to my office was over and it was time to shut my Kindle off. I was so anxious to getting back to reading. I'm not kidding. The 8 hour long time that I had to spend in office, it was excruciating. So much so that I actually stayed up the whole night, finished the book till at 5:30 in the morning. I think that's a good indicator to show how much I enjoyed this book. And there are great many things that I enjoyed about this experience. Uh, Even though it was a fan fiction, it did not dilute from original's amazing charm. It's a brilliantly written and constructed book. You feel like the author really likes and understands Harry Potter universe. He builds on the things that have happened till Deathly Hallows, and then he does not offend your sensibility with some, assumptions and disrespect. James Potter stands on its own 2 feet. Even if you've never heard or read Harry Potter, of course, knowing Harry Potter actually helps, and I don't know under what rock you were living under if you've never seen or heard of Harry Potter. But even if that's the case, you would still be able to enjoy James Potter. The author obviously has spent a lot of effort in creating a whole new world within the Harry Potter universe, and it has equally interesting characters and facts and anecdotes. I like how all these new characters are developed and they have a life of their own. They're not just shadows of characters from J.K. Rowling's work. These kids are lively, they're cheerful, and they basically are everything that we come to expect from main characters in a long saga of books. And these events that unfold on the pages of James Potter, they're magical, they're adventurous, and they are beautifully smiley and happy and equally exciting as Harry Potter was. As this series goes on, you do see that there are issues and events that happen that you might not have wondered while you were reading Harry Potter, and it makes it better. With this new approach to the magical world, it actually makes this book better and bolder and more adult friendly than Harry Potter was. And the best part about the series that I liked, that there is not a single villain in it. Like there is not a Voldemort or a Sauron after whose defeat the story should end. It didn't. It the series doesn't have that. So that's a good thing for the author, because then he can write as many stories as he wants. So Norman Lippert actually went on to write full 5-length novels in this universe, and all of these are available to download on his website, which is called jamespotterbooks.com, and it's for free. The website also is very interactive, and it has sections of details about how the author came about writing and publishing these beautiful books. Do give this a try. James and his friends are really cool and fun to read about. Does that mean that I will pick up more fan fiction to read? Not really. I mean, fan fictions are still the least favorite part of fiction for me, even when James Potter was a success. Hey, you stuck till the end. Congratulations. How does it feel to have endured my rants and rambling? Sounds great, doesn't it? I assume since you reached the end, there must have been something that you liked, and I would love to know what worked. If something didn't work, please let me know, instead of leaving rude or nasty comments. If I agree with it, I will try to change it. But since I'm a little stubborn, change won't be easy or fast, so have patience. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you in advance for all the wonderful comments you're about to make. And more than that, thank you for sharing this delightful little gem of a podcast with all your friends and family. Have a great time ahead, and see you soon.